Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top picks for clean girl perfumes. I kind of hate that term, to be completely honest. Like, what does that even mean? I mean, like, I get it, but I also don't. These are obviously going to be perfumes that are clean for the most part, that are fresh and are going to kind of give you that clean girl aesthetic, whatever that means to you. Being somebody that is more of a sweet lover, I need my fresh perfumes to at least have something special in them, and that doesn't necessarily have to be sweetness. I mean, I do love a good fresh sweet perfume, but just some things that I look for in fresh perfumes or something that's a little bit more unique, very woody, just smells really good and doesn't smell like just, you know, soap. Basically, I like my fresh scents to just have a little bit more character to them, so it's kind of something that all these perfumes have in common. Now, this will be a top 22. I was honestly shocked to know that I had so many more fresh perfumes in my collection, considering I'm not, at least what I would think to be a fresh perfume lover, but I guess I am, because I have so many of these more fresh perfumes in my collection that I love and wear all the time. So maybe I'm just lying to myself. And the reason why I did this top 22 is because I didn't want to just talk about 5 fresh perfumes that like all smell the same. So that's another thing I will say about all of these, is that they all smell different. In my opinion, more often than not, a lot of fresh perfumes like kind of just all blend together and they all smell the same. And that's one thing that I don't like about fresh perfumes, is their lack of uniqueness. And I feel like you definitely don't have to worry about that in this video, because all these perfumes have something special to bring to the table. As per usual in my videos, I do have a variety of high and low price ranges, so you'll see more affordable perfumes in here, and you'll also see some more high-end designers. This is gonna be a really long video because I have 22 perfumes to share with you guys. I'm not going to dive deep into like notes and all of that. I will kind of give like keynotes of each of these perfumes so you kind of get an idea of what they smell like, but I'm not going to go in depth and everything like that. I have made previous videos on pretty much all these perfumes, so you can check out all of those. With all that being said, before we get into this video, please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and turn your post notifications on, and let's get started. Yeah, I literally don't know where to start, so in no particular order, I'm just gonna grab and go. So first perfume I have here, this is probably one of my all-time favorite perfumes. I feel like I say that about literally every perfume, but this is truly so good. It is so special. It is such a gem. So this perfume is MAC Turquoise. It's I guess more of a fresh perfume. It would be considered in that category, but there's so much happening in this perfume and it's so unique. I've never smelled another fresh perfume that smells like this. I wouldn't say that this is necessarily underrated, because I know a lot of people know of this perfume and really love it. I feel like if you have this perfume, you can't hate it. Like, there's nothing to hate about it, no matter what kind of perfume taste that you have. Like, if you're a sweet lover, you would like this. If you're into fresh perfumes, you would like this. I just feel like nobody can hate on this perfume. I can almost guarantee that, because I've never had anybody smell this, no matter what kind of perfumes that they liked, and say that they didn't like it. This has been such an OG of mine. I've had this way before I even had a perfume collection. This was like my signature perfume all throughout high school, and normally perfumes that I wore in the past, I normally don't like to like wear them in recent years, because it just reminds me of that time, which is not a bad thing, but like I'm kind of over those scents. But this one, I will never be over this perfume, and as you can tell, this is almost done. Like, it is on its last few drops. I probably have like a few days wear of this, but that's totally okay, because I already bought a backup of this. If you like woody fresh scents, but like very woody, like that cedar like sort of a scent, I feel like you would love this. It is called Turquoise, so there is a level of aquaticness in here, but in such a special way, because it mixes with that cedar so well, and it creates depth to a otherwise just fresh, aquatic, kind of boring scent. Like, there's so much depth to it. It's so special. There's lemon in here, so it's very citrusy. I get countless compliments on this everywhere that I go. My husband loves this. Literally everyone loves this. I feel like this is such a safe blind buy perfume. I would literally be shocked if you didn't like this. So yeah, that is MAC Turquoise. Okay, the next perfume, this is also a big love of mine, and it actually is a perfume that has a lot of hate to it. I don't understand why. I feel like people just write this perfume off way too quick before letting it really settle on the skin. So this perfume is Downtown by Calvin Klein. I feel like this is truly underrated. I literally hear nobody, absolutely nobody, talk about this perfume. The reason why I actually found it is because I was watching like an old Shauna J video and she was talking about this perfume. And then I looked up the notes over on Fragrantica and the notes seemed really nice, but the comments on Fragrantica were just so bad. Like, I mean, everyone was like, there's nothing special about this perfume is boring, things like that. So I don't know why I still went ahead and purchased it. Like, I feel like I had a feeling that it would be good, and I'm so glad that I gave this perfume a shot because it is one of my most complimented scents. I don't know if it's just because it does so well with my skin, but it truly, like, it's one of my husband's favorite scents on me. I think a lot of people kind of write this off because when this first opens up, I feel like it can be a tad bit sharp and a little bit too like peppery. Like, some people say that this smells like pencil shavings, which I mean, I don't really understand. And maybe, I guess, if I could smell those pencil shavings, it would literally just be in that split second when this first opens up, because it is very citrusy and it has pink pepper in it. So it kind of has like this spiciness about it. But guys, when this dries down, it is so good, and it literally is so unique. There's like this underlying sweetness to it. I think it's because one of the notes in this perfume is plum, so it gives like this hidden sweetness, but not in like a bam in your face sweet type of way. It's just like, it's just kind of there in the background, just adding something special to the scent. There's also incense in this perfume, which I feel like is a pretty unique note for more of a fresh scent, which in my opinion this definitely falls into. It's like a fresh sort of cedar-y, again with that cedar. I think you're gonna find in this video a lot. I really love the note of cedar when it's mixed with fresh perfumes. I think it just does something special. It kind of gives like this sexiness to an otherwise just kind of boring fresh perfume. So yeah, I think this perfume is so special and it's so criminally underrated. It's almost to the point where I don't even want to talk about this. Like, I just want to keep this all to myself. I don't even understand why nobody talks about it. So definitely check this one out. It's been out for a while, so you can find this for very inexpensive. And I have a little, I think this is a 1 fluid ounce bottle, but I definitely need me a full-size bottle of this. So that is Downtown by Calvin Klein. Okay, this next perfume, I definitely need you to take this with a grain of salt. This is a very high-end perfume. It's a niche perfume. It was like $200, like a little over 200. And this isn't even the full size. This is a 1.6 fluid ounce bottle of it, but this is by Rado Mojave Ghost. I feel like for this kind of clean girl type of video, this is the perfect clean girl type of scent. This perfume, to me, it's so weird because it's very unique. It smells like really luxurious hair products. Like, it smells like a really expensive leave-in conditioner of some sort or something. Like, it smells like that fresh out the salon kind of a scent. Like, this perfume has ambergris in it, which I feel like is a very distinct note in a lot of perfumes. It kind of gives off more so like this unisex sort of vibe. I don't even really know how to explain it. It's like a musky sort of woody type of scent if I had to explain it. To me, it also kind of like slightly turns sweet, just a little bit. It's still more like a fresh perfume, but there's definitely some level of like hair product sweetness in this perfume as well. So yeah, I'm including this perfume in this video because this perfume falls perfectly into the theme of this video. Would I say wholeheartedly that this is worth the $200 price point that it has? Honestly, no. Does it smell really good? Honestly, yes. Would I repurchase it? Honestly, no. I'm gonna definitely enjoy it while I have it, and it's a really nice perfume, and for a more fresh perfume, it definitely has a unique factor to it. It is a very popular perfume at the moment. It's very hot on like TikTok and stuff like that. You probably see this a lot if you are on TikTok. It's all over perfume TikTok. So it's definitely popular, which is one of the reasons why I got it, because I really wanted to try it out, considering I'm such an avid perfume person. If you feel like spending money, go ahead and get it. But if you're like saving up all your money for like this really amazing perfume, I don't think you should spend it on this. I feel like there's other perfumes that would be much more worth it. So that is Mojave Ghost by Rado. This next perfume is a very affordable perfume. It's a Juicy Couture scent, but it's been discontinued for a long time, so you could find this for like $20, maybe even cheaper. This right here is Couture Couture by Juicy Couture. I feel like if I ever see this in a Burlington, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, wherever, in any one of those discount stores again, because I did find it, I think I might have found it at Ross, I will definitely pick up another bottle. Hopefully they have a bigger bottle of it because the juice in here is straight up like heaven. It smells so good. My husband loves this scent. He compliments it every single time that I wear it. So I'm including this in this video. I feel like you wouldn't consider this as like your typical clean girl scent. It's not your typical fresh kind of a scent that is what you're mostly gonna see in this video, because this does have a lot more sweetness to it than any of these other perfumes. But if you are one of those more like sweet girly girl type of perfume lovers, but you're trying to kind of jump into the world of more clean girl fresh perfumes, but you still need like that sweetness to your scents, this is that perfect scent in my opinion. A lot of juicy scents I feel like have this very specific DNA to them, and I think this one is like one of the more high-end smelling Juicy Couture scents. There's something so intoxicating about this scent. It's very sexy, it's sweet. There's plum in here, there's amber, there's vanilla, there's sandalwood. So you have some really rich base notes, which really amplify this scent and make it sweet, but not headache inducing or anything that will be offensive type of sweet. There's honeysuckle in here, which I normally wouldn't like because it's a very strong floral scent. But the honeysuckle in here, there's jasmine in here. They just add so much like feminine sexiness to it. So yeah, I love this. I feel like this is like a going out sexy date night clean girl scent. So I had to include that for this video, especially for the price point. It's insane how good that perfume is. So that is Couture Couture by Juicy Couture. The next perfume I have to show you guys is actually the only celebrity perfume that I have in this entire video. This is KKW Body 2. I am obsessed with this perfume bottle. It's literally like home decor. There's literally a booty in the back. It literally has a butt. One thing I will say about fresher scents and all of these sort of like clean girl scents is they're highly complimented because they're scents that are not offensive. And I feel like generally fresher scents everybody can love. So that's why these scents have a really good reputation. And this one is no exception, but it is unique enough. It is actually kind of a dupe to a lot of very popular scents. One of those being Tom Ford Soleil Blanc, which is a very high-end perfume, and this is a fraction of the cost of Soleil Blanc. Considering like what I said just earlier in this video about me not really liking floral scents, this has a lot of floral notes into it, but there's also a lot of sweet notes balancing it out. And I think the main thing that is giving it off that like sweet factor in here is the fact that this has coconut nectar. So there's a very distinct milky, creamy, coconut milk even sort of scent to this perfume. It's very summery. It doesn't necessarily smell like sunscreen. Like I feel like although this is very summery, like I said, because of that very distinct coconut note that's in here, it's not in a obnoxious way like that coconut that's very distinct and very like almost sunscreen like. I think it's a very wearable coconut scent, and I feel like obviously for a summer scent, this is a perfect one, but I would honestly wear this all year round. It always gets compliments. There's jasmine in here, there's neroli, you get orange blossom in it, a lot of really pretty florals mixing in with that very distinct coconut scent. There's a creaminess to it because of that coconut milk, so it's slightly lactonic. And yeah, it's so good. It's a really sexy, feminine, more fresh type of a scent. So that is KKW Body 2. Right. This next perfume is another one where I would say take it with a grain of salt, because although the scent of it is so insanely good, there is a major fault to this fragrance. This is Hugo Boss The Scent. I think there's a few flankers in this range. This is the original one, the most popular flanker in this whole range that is even more popular than the original is the scent Private Accord, which I do not have. I have never smelled. That is actually the perfume that I was supposed to get when I mistakenly bought this one, but it was kind of a happy accident, I would like to say, because I actually really love this scent. Like this scent smells so good, and it would literally be one of my all-time favorite perfumes if it wasn't for the poor performance that this perfume has. So that's why I say take this with a grain of salt, because This is a stunning, stunning scent. If this lasted longer, it would literally be magic. Like, this is another one where it's, I feel like, a very easy blind buy. It's a fresh scent. It's very peachy. So this is like a predominantly peach scent. The peach in here is so realistic, like juicy, fresh, ripe peach. And then in the base, you also get cacao. So it's like a very, very sweet, almost like chocolate peach sort of a scent. I can't get over how good this smells, but it literally lasts 5 minutes. It's like a literal joke, the lasting power of this. The only reason why I'm including it in this video is because there is things that you can do to tweak the longevity of perfume, like put on Vaseline and let it kind of stick to it. So spray it all over, spray a ton of it, which is how I usually wear this when I do wear it. You can layer it up with a body spray. There's a lot of things that you can do to up the longevity of a perfume, but still I feel like even doing all of that, I can still get like 3 hours wear at the maximum. That's with doing all that stuff. If I were to just wear this alone and like spray, you know, just a normal amount, I will literally spray this right now because by the end of this video, this will literally be gone. It's such a shame that this doesn't last because it literally smells so freaking good. If you guys want me to do like a how to make your perfume last long video, let me know in the comments. I'm pretty sure I've gotten a lot of requests to do that video anyway, so it's definitely on my list of videos to do. But definitely let me know in the comments if you want to see that video soon, because I think that that would be a really helpful video, because there's a lot of perfumes where like they smell amazing, but they just don't last. And then it's like, what is the point? Anyways, regardless of all of that, this is a beautiful, clean scent that is like literally peach dipped in chocolate, but it is very fresh more than anything because it is very like juicy peachy. So I highly recommend it for that reason. Don't recommend it because of the longevity, but like I said, you can kind of tweak and mess with the longevity, so I still recommend it. But that is Hugo Boss, the scent. The next scent I have in this video is a Banana Republic perfume. This is very inexpensive if you get it at like Burlington or Ross, you know, one of these discount stores. You can find this full-size bottle for $20, which is how much I got mine and how much I've gotten all of my Banana Republic scents. But the thing with these fragrances, if you find these anywhere else, like if you were to get these online, they're going to be more expensive. Like they're gonna be in the 40s, 50s, maybe even 60s, which is definitely a bummer. So if you do have those discount stores near you, I would definitely say go check those out before you go to the last resort and order these online. But these perfumes are really, really good, especially if you get them for $20. It's like literally a steal because they smell so high end. So the perfume that I'm including for this video, this is Peony and Peppercorn. I've mentioned a lot that I love Peony. It's one of my all-time favorite florals, and that's coming from like more of a floral hater. I don't even want to say floral hater because there is a few florals that I really like jasmine, peony, orange blossom I really enjoy, but then there's like gardenia, honeysuckle. Ooh, those I really don't like because they're like very mature florals, and I guess I'm just a hater of more mature florals. But the peony in here mixed with that peppercorn, those are like some of my favorite notes. So this perfume smells so good to me. This is another one that my husband really loves. It smells like a fresh, I don't know, spring or summer day. You can definitely smell the florals in it, but they are also accompanied by like this sweet, almost fruity scent, like sweet fruity florals, if that makes sense. Very fresh florals and very modern florals. Like this doesn't smell dated at all, or it doesn't smell mature. There's also plum in this scent, so I guess maybe that is what is accompanying those more floral notes that this has. There's also rose in here, and you also do get a bit of like this muskiness into it, but it's really nice. And I think the color of this bottle is very true to what this smells like. It smells like the color like light pink. It's like a light baby pink sort of a scent, and it just smells very like innocent, clean, girl next door. And for more of a like fresh, clean, floral type of scent, this is, in my opinion, one of the best. So that is Banana Republic, Peony, and Peppercorn. The next perfume is Miracle by Lancome. I used to think that this perfume smelled so dated until I completely changed my mind. I already kind of gave you guys my little spiel and my little story time about how I came to really like this perfume, but basically I'll kind of do a little summarization of it if you're new. I was in Greece this past summer and I have family there, and I was asking them basically, you know, what are some really popular perfumes here, and she was telling me that this was one of them. And this was a perfume that my cousin used, my aunt used, literally everyone that I knew over there was using this perfume, and I could smell it everywhere that I went. And Now when I smell it, it reminds me of Grease, which is like just a huge bonus. Again, this has pink pepper, which I'm starting to feel like that's a scent I love, because I think all of these perfumes that I just showed have pink pepper. It gives off like this fresh, spicy sort of a scent. I don't even know how to describe it, but I just love it in perfumes. So this perfume is like a fresh, spicy, more so white floral sort of a scent with a lot of muskiness to it, like a really clean musk. There's also lychee, which is why some people kind of compare this to Delina. I wouldn't say that they're dupes or anything, but I do feel like they kind of fit into the same category of perfumes. Slightly. This one is way more fresh than Delina though, and not anywhere near as strong, powerful, potent as Delina is. Like this is definitely more so toned down, and it's just more fresh and more so even like aquatic. Has much more of a muskiness to it, I would say. But that lychee is like the same type of lychee that is in Delina. And then there's also ginger in this perfume, which is what gives off that spicy feel. You get jasmine and musk sort of intertwined in the base notes with a little bit of amber. So there's slightly like this bit of depth to it. And it has like this light pink sort of hue to the juice. And I think that is also very fitting with how this smells. Actually, this perfume has pepper in it. It doesn't have pink pepper, which I don't know the difference. Like, what's the difference between pink pepper and just regular pepper? Or am I really dumb? I actually just looked it up because I'm actually really curious about this. So basically the difference between pink peppercorn as opposed to black pepper is that pink pepper is similar in flavor to black pepper, but it's milder and a tiny bit more sweet and highly fruity. So I guess that makes a lot of sense, especially with the perfumes that I just talked about. And I think the pepper in here, because it's just straight up pepper and it's not pink pepper, it slightly is a little bit more like true peppery, if that makes sense. Like it has like this distinct spiciness about it that I personally love. So that is Lancome Miracle. It has been out for a very long time, so although it is a designer scent, you could find it for a very good price. The next perfume I have is Jadore by Dior. I couldn't do a clean girl perfume video without including this because I feel like this is the epitome of a clean girl scent. So Jadore is a it's a fruity floral. I would say even more fruity than it is floral, because there is so many delicious, bright, juicy fruits that are in here. Some of those being pear, melon, peach, and those are just such like sweet, juicy scents. Like I feel like they're so distinct in flavor and scent that I think when you even think about those scents, it almost makes your mouth water. And that's, I feel like, what this perfume does for me. So when I first spray this out, I can highly smell that like melon note mixed with the pear. It is just such a bright, fruity scent, but it's also so feminine, and there's this like sexiness about it that I don't even know how to explain, but I think that that kind of comes from those floral notes that are in here, which are jasmine, tuberose, freesia, there's some rose, orchid, there's even violet in here. So really beautiful florals that are very like feminine in scent. And then this has blackberry, it has vanilla in the base, so there is a bit of sweetness to it. It's woody because it does have cedar. So I mean, the notes in here are magical. They smell so good. I watch a lot of like most complimented type perfume videos, and I think this one comes up time and time again in those type of videos. I've gotten many compliments in this perfume. I've had a decent wear of this, but just because my perfumes don't have a lot of wear to them doesn't mean I don't use them. It just means I rotate a lot with my perfumes because I have so many of them. So I don't get a chance to just focus on one, if that makes sense. So that is Jadore by Dior. The next perfume, this one is another one that is like one of my most complimented scents. Like literally, if I wear this perfume, it's guaranteed if I step outside, I will get a compliment from a stranger, family member, friend, whatever. I will get a compliment on this scent. This is Glossier You. I don't know what the heck they put in here, but it's pure magic. Like it literally, it smells so good. I don't know how to describe this scent at all. And the notes in here are actually very simple. Like you get musk, powdery notes, and iris. Like it's just a combination of those three notes. And you would think because of that powdery notes and the iris, which already I feel like iris smells like powdery and it gives off like this almost like makeup, has that like makeup sort of lipsticky makeup scent to it, but in here it doesn't. Like you would think this is really, really powdery, but it's not. Like I actually don't really even find it that powdery. I find it more so just like this musky, almost like woody sort of a scent. I don't know how to explain it. And because it is called Glossier You, they kind of basically developed this with the idea that it kind of will change and kind of adapts to your own skin. So it's one of those type of perfumes where it just kind of adapts with your natural skin chemistry. On me, this is literal magic. It smells so good. If you guys are familiar with Kaleidoscope by Bath and Body Works, that is a literal spot on dupe to this perfume. So if you want a more affordable version, go with that. This is already not really a super expensive perfume though. I think it's like $50 or $60, which is definitely not cheap, but it's not like high up in the hundreds. I highly recommend this to literally anyone. Like, I think this is a very easy blind buy scent. I will say, if you go to the gym a lot, wear this perfume, because there's something that this does with like your sweat, which kind of sounds disgusting, but when you sweat, this smells so good. Like, it's like especially good when you sweat. It's so weird, which makes it really good for like the summer heat, because when literally you are drenched in sweat, you smell absolutely divine. So yeah, love that. But honestly, I would wear this in winter time too. Like, I don't really think that this perfume necessarily has a season. So that is Glossier You. The next perfume is one I have not talked about in a minute. This is Kenneth Cole White. I love this perfume, and you guys know, if you've been following my channel for a while, I think I hauled this for the first time about a year ago, and I told you guys that this would be my wedding scent, which, psych, I did not have a wedding. I am married, but we just didn't have a huge wedding. We did have like a little celebration. I never really wanted a huge wedding, so I'm really glad that it happened that way. And I'm saying that because I told you guys before we decided to not go through with the huge wedding, thank God for that, that I was going to wear this on my like big wedding day. And I still agree with the fact that this is a beautiful wedding scent. Like, it is so stunning. I don't know how to explain this perfume. It's like sweet, fresh, slightly powdery. There's amber in here, there's vanilla in here, so definitely has sweetness to it, but not too much. Kenneth Cole White, I think, is the perfect name for it, because it just smells like a soft, clean, powdery. There is slightly like this creamy vibe to it though. Like, it definitely has depth to it rather than just being your more airy fresh scent. It's not really that. It's just like a fruity, powdery, floral with this sort of vanilla ambery scent. It's so good. It's like soft and rich at the same time. I feel like those two are literal opposites, but that's just what it smells like. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a beautiful scent. It's very feminine, and it smells like a wedding scent. Like, I think if you're getting married, maybe blind buy this scent. I think it's a very safe blind buy scent. Like, there's nothing really you could hate about this perfume. But definitely try this out and let me know if you would wear this on your wedding day. So that is Kenneth Cole White. Okay, next up, very affordable scent. I think I literally got this for like $15 or $20 at Ross. This is the Lacoste. I have to look up the name of this because it has some really long name. It's like L1212 Pour L Eau Fresh. And I know that there's like a bunch of flankers and stuff like that. This is the Eau Fresh version that I have here. And this honestly surprised me, because I thought that this was gonna be like just a run-of-the-mill fresh scent, kind of basic, kind of boring. But there's something in here that I actually really like. And again, there's pink pepper in here, so go figure. Obviously, I love this because of that note. But there's also like grapefruit, there's mandarin in here, so it's like citrusy pink pepper. And then there's water notes. There's a little bit of florals, but not too much. And then it has kind of like this clean, musky scent. There's actually patchouli in here. It's actually Indonesian patchouli leaf. So I feel like that would put me off, but it doesn't. And I definitely smell it. But it's not dirty patchouli or anything. If anything, it's like a really clean patchouli that almost kind of smells spicy, almost like cedar-like, rather than like patchouli, which I obviously really love. You've heard me talk about it in this entire video that I love the combination of pink pepper and woody kind of notes, and that's kind of what this perfume gives me. So I'm honestly shocked at how good this scent smells, especially for how inexpensive it is. So yeah, that is the Lacoste. Well, you see the name. It's too long. Next up, this is a fairly new scent to me. I picked this up when I was in Greece just a couple months ago. I think it's like more than 2 months ago now, which is crazy because I feel like I just got back. But this is Armani Donna. This had always been in my perfume list of perfumes that I wanted to buy, so I was so happy to see it there. I bought it at like a Sephora that was over there. This smells so so good. It's so feminine. It has like this rich, classy sophistication to it, but it's also at the same time not too serious. This has fruity notes in it, like it's very fruity, kind of citrusy, again with the base notes of that cedar. There's jasmine in here, there's also vanilla in here, so it definitely has sweetness to it, but it is more so of like this fresh, woody kind of a scent more than anything. And it just smells so expensive. Like it smells like a rich, sophisticated, classy woman, but that doesn't take herself too seriously at the same time, you know? Like it's just, oh, it's so good. Now when I smell it, it just reminds me of a European vacation. If you're going to Italy, Greece, one of the islands, whatever, I feel like this is like just a beautiful scent for any of those occasions. But I also feel like you could also wear this all year round, like easily, like a signature scent worthy type of perfume. So that is Armani Donna. Next, this is a very unique bottle. This is Shiseido Zen. I feel like this is another really underrated perfume that not many people talk about, but this is a real gem of a fragrance as well. So I think a lot of people are familiar with Coco Mademoiselle. I feel like that's a you either love it or you hate it type of a scent, because it's like a really strong patchouli scent, very mature, very serious. And a lot of people say that this smells like Coco Mademoiselle, but I personally fall into the people that don't really love Coco Mademoiselle. I only really like this scent because it reminds me of my mom, because my mom used to use that perfume for years. So I don't like hate the scent. I actually think it smells nice, but it's definitely not my type of perfume at all. So I very rarely wear that, if ever. I actually don't think I have worn it since I got it, which is really bad, but I still keep it around because, like I said, it just has like good memories attached to it. But when I saw that everybody was saying that this smelled like Coco Mademoiselle, I was like, I'm not gonna get this perfume because I don't like Coco Mademoiselle. Why would I get that? But I decided to get it because I would see really good reviews about it, and people that would say that it's just a better version of Coco Mademoiselle. It's not that serious, it's a lot fruitier and just better. So I decided to give it a shot, and I'm really glad I did because I actually really like this scent. Another very complimented scent. Basically, this scent smells exactly like what I just explained. It smells like a hint of what Coco Mademoiselle smells like. I guess because they both have patchouli in them, so that's kind of like the main sort of thing that they have in common. But this is way different in the sense that this has so many fruits in here. So in here you get grapefruit, pineapple, bergamot, orange, red apple. There's just some really bright, juicy fruits, citrus notes in here. There's like incense in here. It has a really woody vibe. It almost gives me like unisex vibes slightly, but at the same time very feminine. Like that makes no sense, but it's just like a sexy perfume. It's definitely not as serious as Coco Mademoiselle is. Like I feel like this is a lot more playful because it doesn't have super serious notes in it. I think if you're a hater of Coco Mademoiselle, I would say try this scent out because there is a significant difference between the two, and that is just much better in my opinion. So yeah, that is Shiseido Zen. I do really like the name of it because I do feel like this is a very zen type of perfume. Next up, this perfume is more so like, I don't know, a job interview type of perfume. A little bit more serious going out, but also very sexy. Like it's a very intoxicating scent. Ooh, I have not worn this in a minute, and wow, this smells so good. Ooh, this is so good. Okay, so this is Narciso by Narciso Rodriguez. This is the original Narciso perfume. So this is one of the few Narciso fragrances that I love. There's a lot of them that I don't, as you guys know. I'm not gonna get into all of that, but Narciso does like a very specific rosy musk combo that's just way too mature for me, in my opinion, okay? I know a lot of people love those fragrances, but that's just how I feel. And in here, this has notes that I don't really love. Like you get gardenia, rose, and musk in here. So when I saw those, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna love this. But when I smelled this, I fell in love. I went and smelled a tester of it. I didn't buy it initially, but I had it sprayed all over me. I went into my car. My husband was smelling me. He was loving it. And I kept sniffing myself. And I'm like, wow, this is a beautiful scent. Like it smells super feminine, sophisticated, classy, but also there's this like sexiness to it. And it gives me like, kind of like, I don't know, mysterious vibes at the same time. Really good. And I think it's because this has, again, a lot of cedar in the base. So this has white cedar extracts, cedar, and vetiver in the base that is accompanying all of those more musky notes. And I just think the combo is just so, so good. And this is more of a elevated clean girl type of a scent. Like, it's not your everyday, I mean, it could be your everyday. It's a very like signature scent worthy type of a scent because it's very unique. But I'm trying to say that in the sense that this isn't gonna be like your, I'm running to the grocery store type of a scent, you know? It's a little bit more of like a dressy scent, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's a beautiful scent. So that is Narciso by Narciso Rodriguez. Next up, this is a scent I haven't talked about in a while, but I have fallen in love with this perfume lately. So this is Skylar Pink Canyon. So this is a beautiful clean girl perfume. And again, I feel like I sound like a broken record at this point. But this is, again, a very citrusy and woody mixture type of perfume. I can't speak at this point. I've been talking for way too long. This is also kind of, I don't want to say aquatic, but there's salts in this perfume. So it's almost kind of in the same way that like Paco Rabanne's Olympia has that salt note that kind of gives it like, not aquatic, but like, I don't know, saltwater scent, if that makes sense. But then it also is mixed with grapefruit, lemon, a lot of cedar, a little bit musky. Has a lot of depth to it. It smells very high-end, like a high-end designer scent. It kind of honestly gives me vibes of MAC Turquatic. So if you love this scent, I think you would love Pink Canyon, if that kind of puts it into perspective. And this is more of a clean perfume. Not only is it a clean girl perfume, but it actually is more of like a clean perfume in the sense that it doesn't have as many of the usual chemicals that go into most perfumes. So it's a little bit more on the healthier side. So yeah, that is Pink Canyon by Skylar. Next, this is another one of my all-time favorite perfumes that has become, which is weird because it's very floral, but it's really good. So this is Dolce by Dolce Gabbana. I've used quite a bit of this perfume considering I've only had it for a couple months, like not too long. I brought this with me to my vacations. That kind of automatically tells you how much I love it because out of all my perfumes, I chose to bring this with me. Not only that, but out of all the perfumes that I brought, and I brought like, I don't know, 10 perfumes, which is absurd. It's a lot of perfumes. But it was one of like my most used perfumes that I wore in my European vacation. And not only that, but I got a lot of compliments on this perfume. And now it reminds me of my favorite place in the world. So yeah, I love this perfume. Like, this is so near and dear to my heart now. This smells like a beautiful spring morning. It's such a crisp, fresh, but floral scent. But at the same time, those florals aren't too florals. They're like more fresh florals, almost like aquatic florals. I just said florals 3,000 times. It's just really good. And it does have this little bit of like sweetness to it, almost in like a fruity way, even though there's actually no fruits in here. It's just a bunch of florals and like musky notes. But I don't know, there's something in here that's really, really intoxicating and just a very, very feminine fragrance. So that is Dolce by Dolce & Gabbana. Next, this is Versace Eros Pour Femme. This is the EDT version. I hear this is just the better version. I mean, I would suggest to smell the EDP and EDT so that you can determine for yourself which one you like most. But I would say if you love more sweet, fresh scents, then go for the EDT because this one smells basically like the white gummy bear. So that kind of gives you an idea of it, like smells sweet, but at the same time very fruity floral. So in here you get raspberry, you get lemon. So the combination of that is giving me like raspberry tangerine from Bath and Body Works vibes. And I love that scent. So I love mixing those two. I pair those two scents up together a lot. And just the mixture of raspberry and citrus notes to me is so mouth-wateringly delicious because it has like that crisp, almost sour feel of the citrus, but then the raspberry gives it so much juicy sweetness, more like depth to it. And then this has like ambroxan and again, woody notes in the base. So it gives it a little bit more depth. And yeah, it smells literally like the white gummy bear. And I think the white gummy bear is like pineapple flavored, if I'm not mistaken. So it's basically what that smells like. If you like the white gummy bear, you will love this scent. So yeah, that's Versace Eros Pour Femme EDT. Okay, here is a scent I have not talked about in a long time, I feel like. This is Pure Poison by Dior. This is a perfect clean girl scent. especially out of this whole range, which has Poison Girl, Hypnotic Poison, there's this one, and I think there's a few other ones, but those are the 3 that I own. And the other 2 that I just mentioned, they're extremely sweet, like to an extreme, to the point where like you only can really wear those in like the fall and winter time. Whereas this is the freshest out of all of them. It gives me like fresh out the laundry, clean linen type of vibes. And it's weird because I don't really usually vibe with that type of a scent. Like I always say, why would I get a perfume that smells like what my clothes already smell like coming out of the laundry? Like I feel like that kind of just defeats the point of spending money on a perfume to just smell like your laundry anyway. But this is like, there's something so special in this perfume. This has gardenia in it, which I don't like, and I do smell it, but it's, I don't know, just the combination with everything else makes me really like it, because there's also jasmine in this perfume. You get a lot of citrus notes in it, and there's also orange blossom, and mixed with woody notes once again, and then musk and amber. So there's depth to it, and I think the reason why I really like it is because the florals are not sharp in here at all. Like this is the most well blended, smooth perfume you will pretty much ever smell. Like it is just blended to perfection, where nothing really stands out or is too sharp in it. It's just super, super smooth, almost to the point where you can't even pinpoint any specific note. I feel like this is one of the most like truly clean fragrances in this whole bunch, because like I said, it smells like clean linen, but in just the best way. Like it almost gives me like a sexy feel to it, which again is weird because why would clean linen be sexy? But something in here is giving off that vibe. So I really, really like this. Another one that's very complimented once again. So that is Pure Poison by Dior. All right, we're getting down to the last 3 finally. This video is so long. So this perfume is one of my top most complimented perfumes of my entire perfume collection. I mention that every time I talk about this because it's just like the standout factor of this perfume. This is Bulgari Omnia Coral. So this kind of falls in the same category as Chanel Chance Eau Tendre, which I didn't get rid of it. I mean, I did get rid of it. I gave it to my mom, but like I didn't get rid of it. And she loves it, by the way. She told me that she wore it the other day and she literally got like a trillion compliments. So I'm glad that she's really loving that, because to be honest, it was kind of just sitting in my collection because there was other perfumes like this one that I would use more, because it still is like the same type of smell, but I prefer this for whatever reason. I think it's because this has pomegranate in it. So it still gives off like that sweet, fresh scent that is in Chanel Chance Eau Tendre. But because of that pomegranate, there's something that I like in it way more. It's so juicy and vibrant and bright and fruity, and just also like woody, musky at the scent. I feel like one thing that all these perfumes, because they are clean perfumes, they all have like that mixture of the musky woodiness in the base. This is just a perfect perfume to spray literally at any time, at any point, any season. It'll just go good with anything. You can run errands with this, you could wear it to an actual like occasion, and you'll always get compliments on it because you just smell good. Like you smell amazing, actually. So that is Bulgari Omnia Coral. Next, I have Irresistible by Givenchy. This is another newer scent to my collection, and I would say if you love a pear dipped in sugar, this is your scent. Like this is a very sweet pear fragrance, and every time I wear this, I get a compliment from like far. Like I could be far from somebody and they still smell me. So even though, in my opinion, I feel like this is a soft fragrance, it's one of those that like other people can smell on you. So maybe this actually does have a pretty strong projection and like sillage, because every time I've gotten compliments on this, I've gotten compliments from people that have been like significantly far away from me, but yet they could still smell this fragrance. This is just like a really, really sugary pear scent, and it has like iris in it. So it has like this really pretty lipsticky makeup powder, almost sort of powdery scent about it, but like in a really sweet way. But then it also has that musky cedar combination, which gives it like a really more fresh, kind of even a little bit spicy sort of base, and it's just so beautiful. Like Irresistible is a perfect name for it because it is an irresistible scent, and it's like just a good mixture of being fresh and sweet, but not too fresh or too sweet. So that is irresistible. And then the very last scent that I have for this gigantic long video is Stella McCartney Pop. So I had to include this because for me, this is just like my go-to out the shower. You know, I just need to grab a fragrance real quick. No matter what I'm doing, I always go to this, which I feel like makes it a really perfect clean girl type of scent. And this has like tomato leaf in it, which is a really unique note. You don't really see many perfumes out there that have tomato leaf in it, but it just kind of gives this perfume like this green vibe, but it also has like this powdery, smooth, almost creamy sweetness about it that is so intoxicating to me. I put so many of you guys on this perfume. You guys know I'm absolutely in love with this perfume. This smells like Barbie dolls. Everyone always says that. Like, if you played with Barbie dolls as a kid, you know that like sweet plasticky Barbie doll, like that scent of like a fresh new Barbie, or like when you would play Barbies as a kid. It just like brings me back to that time. It's just a really, really fun scent, but very easy to wear. It's really, really soft. Like, it's not gonna be your super strong projecting scent. It does last a decent amount, but it's not gonna be like your fill up a room type of scent, which again is why I feel like it's a really nice clean girl scent, because it's kind of one of those more intimate skin sort of a scent. So if anybody gets close enough to hug you, they will smell this on you and they will love it. So that is Stella McCartney Pop. Alright, so that is it for this giant long video. I can't believe I just went through all these 22 perfumes. I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know what are your picks for clean girl type of perfumes. If I need to check out any other perfumes, I could definitely make a part 2 to this video, because I definitely have more perfumes that would definitely fit into this category. So let me know if you would be interested in seeing another video like this. But that is it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.